It's Mo. It is the middle of July, but yesterday I watched Matthew Sharapa do a video on Women in Translation Month. So Women in Translation Month is in August, and it is a time to read women and non-binary folks in translation. As Matthew described it, just not dudes. Women in Translation Month is a readathon and awareness month where anytime during the month of August you read a book by a woman or non-binary person in translation, then you have completed the readathon and you have participated in the readathon. They also have a bunch of prompts, and this year they're doing a week-long readathon within the monthly readathon with prompts that you can follow along with. Prompts are very gentle and relaxed and easy. I always think that Women in Translation Month is later. I always think that it's like in September or something. I was inspired to scour my TBR shelf and find some books by women in translation. Bonus points if you also read a book that's translated by a woman. And of course, as always, all women count. If you identify as a woman, you're a woman, and you can be thought of in this readathon. The first book that I picked up was Please Look After Mom by Kyung-Suk Shin. This is Matthew Sharapa's favorite author, but I have never read anything by this author before. I wish they put the translators on the covers. This book is translated from the Korean by Chi Young Kim. I think this is a book about a family who goes on vacation, and while they're on their vacation, their mother goes missing. I was very excited to recently get Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Karczyk. This is a little bit of a booktube darling, and she most recently wrote The Books of Jacob, which were up for the International Booker Prize. It was translated by Antonia Lloyd-Jones. This is sort of a quiet murder mystery about an elderly woman living in a village solving a crime. A few months ago, I got two books by Banana Yoshimoto. I've never read any Banana Yoshimoto, but I know that name has been floating around for a while, and I think that when these books came out in America, they got a lot of buzz as a look into Japanese literature. This one is Kitchen, and it was translated from the Japanese by Megan Bacchus, and I think this has some queer rep in it, but I don't really know what either of these books are about. I also have NP, which I think is a little bit more of a look at contemporary Japanese dating and the dating scene, and this one was translated from the Japanese by Anne Sharif. Another Japanese translated work that I have is Yoko Ogawa's Revenge. This is a book of interconnected short stories, and it was translated by Stephen Snyder. One of the prompts for Women in Translation Month is to read a book from an author that you've read from before, and I have read one of Yoko Ogawa's work, The Housekeeper and the Professor, and I really enjoyed that, so I've been wanting to get to more Yoko Ogawa, and this was actually already on my August TBR, so hopefully I will definitely be getting to this one. I don't know if I've ever read a book from Sweden before, and I got The True Deceiver by Tove Jansson at a book sale earlier this year. This is an NYRB book, which you know I love, and it is translated from the Swedish by Thomas Thiel. I think this is about a young woman living in a village and kind of making her life up as she goes along, deceiving the people around her. I've also been meaning to get to Woman at Point Zero by Nawal al-Saadawi for a while. It's a very heavy book, a book about women in prison, and it is autofiction based on time that the author did spend in prison. This book was translated by Sharif Hatata. Lastly, I have a work of nonfiction by Isak Dinesen or Karen Blixen. She was a Danish author who wrote Out of Africa. I read Out of Africa earlier this year. Although she did write in English, this book on modern marriage and other observations are letters to her brother about marriage, about his marriage, her marriage, and their relationship. And it was translated by Anne Bourne. I would be super interested to know other translated nonfiction works if you're reading any for the Women in Translation Month. Those were the most obvious translated works on my TBR shelf. I may have others that I don't realize are translated. Definitely check out Matthew's video for all the prompts for Women in Translation Month. Let me know if you are participating in Women in Translation Month. Let me know what your favorite translated work is, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.